Hello, my name is Jorge Ponce, and today I'll be talking about the separation of families during the deportation of Latino Americans. The sudden removal of a parent from a home can leave children grappling with overwhelming emotions such as fear, sadness, confusion, and anger. Separation is one of the worst things that can occur in a child's life. Data provided by the United States government shows at least 2,654 immigrant children have been separated from their parents or caregivers due to the results of Trump's administration's policies. Imagine this. You're a young child with no care in the world. You have two loving parents, two younger siblings you would die for. Now imagine this. Your dad, he's being taken away from you. Your mom, she's crying. Your two younger siblings are bursting into tears, and you can't hold it in. This is the last time you'll be able to have your dad in the same room with you. So you want to hold him for as long as you can, but eventually he has to go. Time passes. Your once loving mom is stressed out of her mind. The stress of a single parent is such a burden to bear. Overall, this is entirely a negative experience for everybody. It affects everybody within the situation due to the separation of a family member. How would you feel if you were a parent or a child, a part of this family, a part of the issue of being separated due to the acts of deportation? The harmful policy I was able to detect and identify through careful research would become administration zero tolerance policy. Directed by U.S. border agents, it permits the border agents to separate young children from their families, as the parents were tried in federal court on misdemeanor charges for crossing into the United States without proper documentation. This is an urgent issue because it can be an emotion traumatic experience that can negatively impact all that have been a part of it. This is a real problem. It affects communities due to it causing rifts between family, friends, and those alike, with how easy it is to just be taken away just like that. For those who think logical, back to the data I presented earlier, at least 2,654 young immigrant children have been separated from their parents, with many more to come. This can lead to long-term mental health issues, economical hardships, and impacts on family dynamics. But for those with an emotional heart, look back at the story I mentioned earlier. Realistically, what would you do when you see your dad, your own flesh, your own blood, be taken away from your home, thrown into the van, never to be seen again? Many people that are working on this issue would be activists and organizations that fight for the human rights of immigrants that came over into the United States. The strategies that have been useful would be legal support, trauma-informed care, community support, resources guides, and community engagement. The community should care about this issue due to it being a good fraction of Latino Americans that are undocumented. By separating families, it can lead to a surge of orphan children and single parents. Proposed change I would like to implement in Trump's admission policy of zero tolerance would be making it more tolerant of immigrant Americans that have families. I plan on addressing the harmful policy by calling it out uh, and rallying the support of other activists and political figures who are against Trump's administration policies. My short-term action would be gathering activists together to hold a protest, try our best steps to change. My midterm would be taking legal action to the court system. Lastly, my long term would be having the government change out some current policies, have them try to implement future ones to help out immigrants who are trying to find a future in the United States. The way students slash youth can be involved can be by joining the cause, becoming activists themselves that stand against these policies. Another way can be by learning in schools about these issues, so they become less ignorant and more sympathetic. My solution would be building up a small group of people protesters, gaining traction, having someone in political power help out for the cause, then hopefully, just hopefully, have a snowball effect that leads to changing the main policy that's causing all these problems. If my solution were to be put in place. Immigrants would not have the idea of being taken away from their families. They would live peaceful lives, ones where they're seen as people and not just as aliens. A community that centers towards human dignity would be one that sticks with each other, one that stands up issues that would impact them in a negative way. Justice, in my vision, would be based on the humanity aspect of it, taking in data, the stories that have been told, the facts that have been shared, the families that have been split up. That's how my justice would become when talking about this topic. A picture I want to paint in your brain. I want to paint you a better future for the generations to come. A future where every family member is at home, safe and sound. A painting with a warm, fuzzy feeling you had when you feel the love of both your parents as a kid. This is the kind of painting I want you to picture. My main points are the separation of families and imagining the point of view of a young child that gets impacted by this. A proposal and solution. Lastly, the image I want to repeat in your head for the viewers and audience that listen to this video. After all of this research and sources I've gone through, I still firmly believe that separation of family is one of the worst things that can happen in a child's life. A slogan I want to promote for my solution for the cause I'm fighting for would be liberty is great, but family is better. This is how America may be the land of the free, but when it comes to color, it separates and deports. Thank you for listening and watching my video. I hope you guys enjoy. Like and subscribe.